that's a very good reason. Why didn't you say it before?
All rise for his lordship Elliot de Carteret, first Seigneur of Sark. All rise! All rise! You'll have my head cut off. Please rise.
Good evening. How are you? How are you? So nice to see you all. Good evening. Hi.
Good evening, my lord.
Good evening, Mike. Good evening. Nice to see a pretty packed house. Wonderful. You may be seated.
Oh, thank you.
I think some of them already were, sir.
Well, we'll deal with them later. Violet, can you believe it? It's nearly 30 years since we arrived here on Sark.
No, sir. Time certainly flies when you're having fun.
30 years since I led my brave band of settlers here to establish the independent fiefdom of Sark. Hurrah!
Hurrah, indeed. Hurrah! Hurrah! Make me prattling. Hurrah! Hurrah!
Quite right. 40 intrepid pioneers voyaged across the ocean in search of new land, new opportunities. It's a whole new way of life.
Well, it was hardly a voyage across an ocean, now was it, sir? Most of us came from St. Juan, pretty much the closest part of Jersey there is to Sark.
Ah, nonsense, Violet. The seas between here and Jersey can be treacherous. Really quite treacherous. And we had no idea what we'd find when we got here.
Well, there were hardly going to be wolves and bears there, were there, sir, here in the Channel Islands?
No, Violet. It was worse than that. There were pirates. Nasty, thieving things ready to pounce upon Her Majesty's ships as they're ready to cross the English Channel.
Do you know, the worst thing about pirates is their smell. Just because you're out pondering the ocean waves all day doesn't mean to take a little time out now and again to wash under your armpits.
Well, yes, quite. But we saw them off, didn't we, Violet? Showed them our muskets, and they legged it.
I'm not sure about muskets, sir, but a few bars of soap would have done the trick.
Off they went, the scoundrels, never to be seen again.
Well, there has been a few sightings, sir.
What, pirates?
You see, they're very good.
They're extremely enthusiastic. Where?
Well, Little Sark, where do you think?
What? Nonsense, Violet. There's not a single pirate left on Sark. I can see this is going to be... Not a single of those creatures left on Sark. That was one of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's main stipulations when she made me the first seigneur. Get rid of the pirates, she said. And the island's all yours, Helen. And that is exactly what we have done. Beheaded the lot of them and stuck their bonces on stakes in the avenue.
Oh, whatever you say.
I do miss the old place in St. Juan, though, you know, Violet. The moat, the ramparts, the turrets, the stained glass. And it was all just an hour on horseback into St. Helier with all of those lovely little boutiques and taverns.
Well, we do have a tavern here on Sark, sir. The Mermaid was pretty much the first thing we ever built. Thirsty work, all that pioneering.
Then there were those wonderful peacocks. Those peacocks and their lovely call. I do miss them so.
Yeah, but they didn't do quite so well here on Sark.
Is that right? Because I thought we brought some with us, Violet. I could have sworn there were some on the boat.
Yeah, well, they were, but they didn't do quite so well here on Sark. I think it might have been the sea air.
Yeah.
Well, you tuck me out, doesn't it?
That's a shame. That's a real shame, actually. But still, I'm sure that, given its 30 years of the independent fiefdom of Sark, that my loyal subjects will want to celebrate their wonderful new lives here on this very own island of mine.
Wonderful new lives, tolling away at the bottom of the feudal ladder, is pretty much the same on Sark as it was in Jersey.
What was that, Violet?
Oh, nothing, sir, nothing.
Yes, quite.
Sorry.
I wonder when we shall hear from the Queen about whether she'll be joining us for the festivities. It's been some time since I sent her the invitation.
Ah, yes, sir. That reminds me, I'm ever so sorry, but this arrived for you this morning.
No. Let's have a look. Okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yes. Ah, well, yes. Aha! It's from the Queen. Could be the news we've been waiting for. Hmm?
And how do you know it's from the Queen, sir?
Well, yes. Look, well, here it's got this sort of crowny thing at the top, you know, and oof, it's really heavy parchment. Actually, it's definitely top quality. It's really royal spec.
And what does it say, sir?
Dearest Helia, actually, I tell you what, Violet, why don't you read it to me? Because you've got such a lovely reading things out voice. He really does.
I agree.
And you see that. Well, then I can say the news.
Yep. It's because you had it upside down. Right. You're right. It is from the Queen. To my humble and obedient servant, Helia de Carteret, first Seigneur of Sark.
You, that's me.
I should be arriving on the morning tide of August the 6th to inspect the fiefdom of Sark on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of its creation by me, the Queen. I trust that suitably splendid accommodation and entertainment will be made readily for oneself and one's entourage. Your royal mistress, Queen Elizabeth, the First of England.
A royal visit! Goodness me, what splendid news! Absolutely marvellous. Well, good Lord, what am I going to wear? I'll need some of those puffling pants, Violet. They're all the rage in London, you know.
They'll make your bum look big.
We've got to think about food as well. I mean, goodness me, what should we serve? Oh God, you don't think she's a vegetarian, do you? Or even worse, one of those vegans.
There's a PS, sir. Of course, one is assuming that the fiefdom of Sark will meet the full costs of one visit, including party bags.
Yeah, costs. Right. What do we have in the island coffers at the moment, Violet?
Well, the last time I looked, sir, very little.
Very little. Right. Okay, well, that's not a problem. Yeah. Raise the taxes by 10%, payable in arrears. Actually, on second thoughts, I think let's make it 20%. Why not? I mean, 20 is a nice round number. I'm sure the people of Sark won't mind.
I'm sure they'd be delighted.
Yes, delighted.
They're not happy, sir.
Also, they'll put up with it. That's feudalism for you. After all, you know, everybody loves a royal visit, don't they?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Everybody loves a royal visit. All that bowing and scraping and shoveling and painting. Everybody loves a royal visit. Oh, hang on. There's a PPS now. Thinking of a presentation to mark the occasion, the traditional gem for a 30th anniversary is pearl.
Oh, gosh, pearls! I love pearls. You don't think you'll get me a ring, do you? I could do with a few more rings.
Pardon me for saying so, but I think the idea is that you present her with the gift.
Oh, is that so? Right. Oh, okay. Well, do we have any pearls in the island piggy bank at the moment, Violet?
Not that I recollect, sir.
Right. Okay. Well, let's make that tax increase 40%.
Oh my God.
And we'll potter off to one of those lovely posh jewellers in St. Peterport. Get them to produce a pearl necklace fit for a queen. Yes, that's the answer. And then we've got to think about entertainment as well, Violet. Yes. What do the people of Sark usually do for entertainment?
There's a lot of giggling. Well, sir, usually we race some sheep and drink too much ale.
Yeah, sheep and ale. It's just, it's not very regal, is it?
Okay. How about the all-time favourite then, sir? A jumbo sale! Men's fashions, ladies' fashions, tombola, bric-a-brac, couple of raffles, and because it's a royal occasion, we could throw in some crown and anchor. I bet Her Royal Highness would love some crown and anchor.
No, Violet, we've got to do better than that. There must be a vin d'honneur at least. I'm sure Margaret won't mind rustling up a few hundred sausage rolls.
Last time your wife did some baking, so we used the results to fill in the potholes on Harbour Hill.
I've got it, Violet. Yes, I've got it. After the Van d'Honneur, we shall have some theatricals. I bet the Queen loves theatricals. I mean, everybody loves theatricals, don't you?
Great idea, sir. I'll get on to the Isle of Sark Theatre Company straight away. I'm sure they'll come up with something.
Shush. Isle of Sark Theatre Company.
They missed it.
I can see this is going to drag interminably. Absolutely not. We don't want the kind of nonsense that bunch of cruel ragamuffins comes up with. I mean, it's all men dressed as women and women dressed as men, and there's a talking pig's head on a stick, and the fat one setting fire to his farts. It's absolutely not suitable entertainment for a royal personage at all.
I quite like the idea of a talking pig's head. An ignited flatulence always brings the house down, sometimes quite literally. It's all about the timing, you see. You've got to get the flame in the exact moment of release, and then boom! Great big blue flash. Brilliant! But if you have the flame there too early, it sets your pants on fire, which is funny, but not quite as funny as...
No, Violet, absolutely not. I don't want the Isle of Sark Theatre Company anywhere near the Queen. Shush, please. I mean, there are proper thespians in Alderney and Jersey, and even in Guernsey, so I've heard. Yes, that's what I'll do. I shall announce a Channel Island-wide competition to select a play fit for the Queen. And there shall be a handsome prize for the winners.
Shall I make the tax rise 50% then, sir?
No need, Wybie, no need. The handsome prize is... me!
You?
Oh, yes, I mean, the winning playwright shall have the honour of casting me in the leading role. I mean, you must remember my triumph at the Christmas play.
Triumph isn't a word I would have chosen.
Ah, I can see it now. Yes, the Queen laughing, the audience laughing, everybody clapping and cheering. Well, me. Go run up some posters, won't you, Violet?
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. All right.
And tell the Isle of Sark Theatre Company not to bother entering.
Who?
That bunch of ragamuffins I was mentioning earlier.
Rightio, sir. Leave it with me.
Now, I must go and speak to Margaret about those sausage rolls. Oh, Margaret, darling, I've got a little job for you, Poppet.
Yes, Mistress Quince.
Florence Flute, the seamstress.
Here I am, Mistress Quince.
Headley Bottom, the farmer.
Here, Mistress Quince.
Oh, do we have to go through this every time?
Oh, stick with it, Sally. It's all part of the fun.
Sally Snug, the housewife.
Household manager, if you don't mind.
I'll take that as a yes then.
So, what show are we putting on next? I've got a pig that's about to meet its maker, and it's got a particularly handsome head
Oh, no, Bottom. Our next play is by royal appointment. Not the occasion for a ventriloquist act with a pig's noggin.
Oh, that's a relief then. It's a nightmare getting the blood out of his costumes.
We shall be performing before none other than Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of England. Now, just look at this. Oh, it's so exciting. Look, look.
Ooh.
But it says here that this is a competition to write a play to put on in front of the Queen. How do you know we're going to win it?
Of course we're going to win it. We are the Isle of Sark Theatre Company. The finest theatre company in the whole of Sark.
The only theatre company in the whole of Sark.
The Alderney entertainers are bound to enter.
Oh, don't worry about them. They're always drunk.
They drink more than you, Sally.
Mind you, we'll be up against the Guernsey players. They're pretty good. They can sing and dance.
Nothing but smug show-offs.
But what about the Jersey Jolly Jesters? They can sing and dance and act.
Yes, well, they're nothing but smug crappos.
Technically speaking, Mr. Bottom, we're all crappos. It's not that long since we left Josie, eh?
In the name of Puck! How many times must I tell you? We are not crappos, that is all in the past. We are Sarkies, proud members of the independent fiefdom of Sark, and this theatrical occasion will be to mark 30 years of our pioneering new way of life.
Pioneering? Pioneering? I still have to get up in the dark to milk my cows. Then I've got to give a tenth of it away, just like in Jersey. And it's the same with the corn and the barley.
And I'm stuck at home working my fingers to the bone to make ends meet. Do you know that last week all I had to feed my entire family was a single pig's trotter? Oh. It's sadder than that.
Funnily enough, I thought one of my pigs was limping.
And I haven't worked with a decent bit of cloth since we got here. 30 years of nothing but rough hemp and homespun fabrics. I can only dream of silk. Don't get me started on velvet.
And we're still not allowed a windmill of our own. Do you know how much I've got to pay just to grind my own corn?
Yeah, feudalism.
Oh,
that's
the
what
rich get
we
richer, the
all
poor
want.
get poorer. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Quiet, please! This is not the place for politics. We are theatre makers. Our role is to cast away the real world, dispel the dull, the dismal.
The injustice.
The disappointments.
The shabby clothes.
And instead create a world of magic and make-believe and tragedy and comedy,
With fabulous costumes.
where all our dreams come true and we all live happily ever after.
Well, nearly everyone.
We will win this competition.
So what shall we enter?
I know. I could do my fire act. You know, the one that ends with me setting alight to a massive great fart. Boom! I bet the Queen would love that. Everyone loves a flaming fart.
No, Bottom, I haven't got the stink out of my clothes since the last time.
And I've lost count of the number of his costumes that have just gone boof, up in flames.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, it's all in the timing. You have to have the flame ready precisely at the moment of release.
Bottom! There will be no fire show and no fart jokes.
So, what show are we going to put on then?
We can't do anything with singing because none of us can sing.
We can't do anything with dancing in because he's got 2 left feet.
And actually, we're not that good at playwriting either.
Or acting.
Well, listen, none of that has stopped us in the past. But fear not, good thespians. I have a cunning plan. Now, have you heard of that up-and-coming playwright in London? A bit of an upstart, but he's getting fabulous reviews.
It's Bill something.
Or, Will something.
Will snakes near?
Will Shakespeare!
That's the fellow. Well, I have written to Mr. Shakespeare and asked him if he will write a play especially for us. The Isle of Sark Theatre Company. That way we'll be sure to win the competition.
Yes, and I bet he'll include some fart gags too.
Oh, Mistress Quince. If we're performing in front of the Queen, we're going to need super fabulous costumes. Satin and lace and velvet. Yards and yards of velvet.
So why would a smart-ass playwright from London write a play for us?
Because, Mistress Snug, if our play wins, when our play wins, we shall perform it for the Queen. And what up-and-coming playwright would pass up the opportunity to have their play presented to royalty?
Shakespeare. We've done one of his plays before, haven't we? Macbeth!
You're not supposed to say the name of the play, Bottom.
What, Macbeth? but we have done. I was him. I was much. It was one of my finest performances. Is this a dagger I see before me?
Oh, you can remember the lines now.
It was one of our better productions.
Oh, and the costumes were a joy, weren't they? Masses of feathers, and there were tassels.
Did you tell Mr. Shakespeare in your letter that we'd done Macbeth?
Oh, well, no. As a matter of fact, I didn't mention that for two very good reasons. Firstly, well, I slightly tweaked it. It was supposed to be a tragedy set in Scotland.
But we did a comedy set on Sark.
That's one heck of a tweak.
And also, well, it really does.
Yes, go on.
Well, if you must know, I didn't pay any royalties to Mr. Shakespeare. So whatever you do, don't mention Macbeth. Just don't mention it, everybody.
Scrubbins, how long has it been?
Oh, let me see. So, today must be Saturday, because that's the day we get the delivery from the tavern.
Yes.
So, that must make it 8 weeks now.
Oh, 8 long weeks of plaguey locking. 8 weeks! Oh, the theatres are closed, the taverns are barred, even the bear pits are shut up.
Well, that's good then.
What could possibly be good about it? There's no chance to meet up with chums and watch an execution and discuss the latest shenanigans at the royal court. But worse than that, there's no chance to fret and strut an hour upon the stage.
It's good for the bears though, ain't it? Poor things being tormented like that. Bet the bears are really enjoying the plaguey locking. And when did he ever write a play that was only an hour long?
Oh, Martha Scrubbins, how do you do it?
Do what, sir?
Stay so bright and merry and full of cheer. You were born a lowly, grubsome peasant, and you'll live your life a lowly grubsome peasant, and yet you look upon each day as filled with sunshine and flowers.
Well, I just try my best to stay cheery.
And look how you have coped with this plaguey lock-in. You've rearranged this place from top to bottom. She's sorted the larder. She's fixed the tiles on the roof. And on top of learning to read and write, she's rearranged my life's work so far and placed it in a folder.
Oh, folio, if you don't mind.
Whereas I, William Shakespeare, the most promising playwright in the land, have done nothing but lollop around in my night attire and drink copious amounts of ale. Which reminds me, it's time for a top-up, Martha.
Here you go. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Mr. Shakespeare. You've just got a touch of writer's block.
Writer's block, poppycock. I'm just a little artistically, what's the word?
Constipated?
No, not constipated. That would suggest that my work is the stuff of ill odour we daily emit between our buttocks.
Why use one word when a dozen will do? No, Mr. Shakespeare, I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, you've written a sonnet this week.
Well, yes, hardly. I've written the first 2 lines, but I'm afraid it's a bit of a duffer. See for yourself.
May I compare thee to a winter's night? Thou art more frosty and more miserable. Oh, it's not exactly cheery, is it?
Not good.
Why don't you set it in the summer?
In the summer?
In the daytime, perhaps?
Oh, I knew it was a mistake teaching her to read and write. The summer, you say? The daytime? Well, I'll give it a go. Yes. No, it's no use, Martha. I've completely lost my muse.
Oh, they'll be with your boots, Mr. Shakespeare. I've tidied them all up and placed them in the bottom of your wardrobe, arranged in height of heel.
Heel? No. Not shoes. Muse. My creativity. My inspiration. My literary mojo. It's gone. All gone. And supposing it never comes back. And the only thing I'm any good at is writing.
Oh, I'm sure it will. In the last plaguey lockdown, you wrote Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
And that went down a treat. Even if those poor young lovers were both dead by the end of it.
There you go again, Martha. Looking on the bright side. Still in all, at least the news of the plaguey lock-in won't have reached Stratford yet. If my wife Anne finds out that the theatres are closed and I'm out of work, she'll want me to go up there.
Oh, that'd be lovely though, wouldn't it? See Mrs. Shakespeare and all the dear little ones.
No, Martha, it'll be far from lovely. Anne will have me running around putting up shelves, and she's been nagging me for ages about an outside cooking area. What is the use of an outside cooking area? Just yards from a perfectly good kitchen. And as for the dear little ones, well, they're of an age where they're asking awkward questions. But it's worse than that. Worse than that. Stratford is just terribly, terminally dull. There's nothing going on there. There's no art, no culture, no executions. I don't think that town will ever have a theatre of its own. No, it's no good. It's no good, Martha. I can't go back to Stratford upon Boring, and yet I can't stay here and write in London. What's to do?
Oh, come now, Mr. Shakespeare. Where there's a quill, there's a way.
Post! No, what's that now? If that's another edition of the Bubonic Herald, I just don't want to know. I don't want any more bad news. Letter?
It looks like a letter for you.
Thank you. Let's have a look. Ah, dear Mr. Shakespeare. First, let me say I'm a great admirer of your work. Well, that's a good start. Although I did think it a shame that both Romeo and Juliet died at the end of your recent work.
What did I say?
I'm writing to you from the island of Sark.
Sark? No, never heard of it.
In case you've never heard of it, it's one of the Channel Islands, the second small one on the right from Guernsey.
Oh, very nice, I'm sure. What do they want?
Well, cheek of it. They only want me to dash off a play for some local theatre company. Me, the finest writer in the English language, dash off a play for a bunch of amateurs.
Oh, it could be just what you need to release your writer's block.
I do not have writer's block, Mother.
Here, you should go to this Sark place. Change of scenery, bit of sea air, do you the world of good. Maybe you'll find your muse on this little island, just waiting for you to rediscover it.
I'm quite happy searching for my muse through the bottom of a flagon of ale, like everybody else in this plaguey lock-in. Yeah. Let's see. Well, bless my hairy bully bags.
Oh God, I'd rather not.
Do you know, this Isle of Sark Theatre Company want me to produce a play to present before the Queen. The Queen. She's going to this Sark place for some sort of royal visit.
Laughing Liz is going to Sark.
Yeah, Laughing Liz?
Yes, it's what they call the Queen, Mr. Shakespeare, on account of the fact that she never laughs, barely cracks a smile. Miserable old boot.
This could be my big chance. I've been wanting to present one of my plays to the Queen for ages. Yes, I can see it now. William Shakespeare, the playwright by royal appointment. Ha! That'd be one in the eye for Mr. Christopher Smarty Pants Marlowe. Ha! Pack my bags, Mrs. Scrubbins. I'm going to Sark.
Right you are, Mr. Shakespeare, but you might like to put some proper clothes on before you go.
Silly me. Pass me my puffing pants, please, Martha. All the rage, you know.
Oh, look, that woman down there, she's looking, look. Look at her, look. Oh, no, and that gentleman over there. Oh, my goodness.
It's not easy getting into these things,
No.
you know.
Oh, stop looking, please. No. Private matters going on here.
There we go.
Oh! Mr. Shakespeare, what are you doing? Dear.
Coat, please, Martha. There we go. Very original. This could be my big moment, couldn't it? I could write a play so witty, so engaging that even the Queen will laugh. Yeah.
Do you know, I bet it's lovely on Sark. I've never seen the sea. Never even clapped eyes on it.
Thank you. Yes, I'll raise a noble titter.
You will if you have your thing dangling out again.
A royal chortle, and I'll be set for life. Yeah.
I could even have a theatre.
Oh, thank you. I could even have a theatre of my own. On the banks of the Thames, I think. South Bank, I think. That's where the smart people hang out. Yes, right. Where's my bags, Margaret? I'm off. Oh, shoot.
Shoes. Yeah. I can imagine the sea, though. The sand between my toes. The waves lapping at my scabby feet. I bet the sea's really good for my scabby feet.
What's that, Martha?
The sea be good for my scabby feet.
Oh, I'm sure it is, yes. Right, that's me then. I'm off to Sark.
Oh, Mr. Shakespeare, you forgot your bubonic plaguey mask.
Oh, what would I do without you, Mrs. Scrubbins? What would I do without you, Mrs. Scrubbins?
What?
What would I do without you, Mrs. Scrubbins?
Bye-bye, Mr. Shakespeare. Oh, have a lovely time. I don't get to go anywhere, me. It's sadder than that.
bored. Let's have a dance bottom. Come on, Flo, give us a tune.
Do we have to?
Yes.
I've got 2 left feet.
I know. Come on, and smile.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
2, 3.
Smile.
Not only has Mr. Shakespeare agreed to write us a play, but he's coming here to Sark in person to direct it.
How exciting. Oh, Mr. Bottom, that'll put an end to you making up the words as you go along, won't it?
Oh, no, it won't.
Yes, it will.
What a wonderful opportunity for the Isle of Sark Theatre Company. A chance to work with one of the most creative souls in the kingdom.
Oh, but what if he brings that bubonic plague with him? We don't want that here on Sark.
I know. We can send him to Little Sark to quarantine. And then if he does get the plague, he'll only be giving it to the pirates.
No, there won't be time for that. We'll just have to look out for symptoms. What are they again?
Sneezing. Sneezing's the first thing.
And boils, horrible boils, all around your neck. Once you get the boils, you're a goner, so I've heard.
Oh, right. Well, we'll just look out for sneezing and for boils.
Yes, on the neck.
Mistress Quince, do you think Mr. Shakespeare will wear puffling pants? They're all the rage in London. There's a lot of work in puffling pants, you know, and you've got to have a really trim backside to carry them off. Otherwise, they just make your bum look huge.
Yes, well, I really don't know. Now, in the meantime, I think we should get as much prepared as we can so that when Mr. Shakespeare comes, we can get straight down to work.
Yes,
That's a good idea.
Now, first of all, we need to draw up a rehearsal schedule. Now, I was thinking of Tuesday and Thursday evenings.
We can't do Tuesdays, Mistress Quince. That's my sausage-making day. And I'm always knackered by nightfall.
And I can't do Thursdays, I'm afraid. That's my fleece floggling night.
Oh, how about Mondays and Wednesdays
Oh,
then?
no. I play ball on a Monday and I'm not giving that up.
And Wednesdays is snail racing.
Oh, how about Friday nights then?
Mermaid!
Oh, well, we'll just have to rehearse at the weekends then.
Weekends? I have a lie-in on a Sunday. The weekends is for fun.
Oh, but making theatre's fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
And don't forget, there's a handsome reward for the winning play.
Maybe I could do my sausage making on a Monday. I don't think the pigs will notice.
And I could flog all my fleeces another night, just for a little while.
There we are then, that's settled. We'll do Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I think we'll have to find somewhere a little less public. I wouldn't put it past one of those sneaky types from the other islands to send a spy over, and we don't want them knowing about our secret weapon, do we?
We've got a secret weapon?
Oh, of course we have. We've got that Bill bloke from London. Try and keep up, will you?
And we definitely don't want the senior to know we're rehearsing a play. He'll only want a part. And he was a disaster in the Christmas pageant. Oh, totally.
My donkey's never been the same.
He never does learn his lines.
He doesn't even bother to come for rehearsals.
So there we are then. We'll rehearse in Decar Woods. That'll be a good place.
No, we're not rehearsing in Decart Wood. That's where Puck lives.
Oh, Mistress Snug, surely you don't believe in all that nonsense.
It's not nonsense. It's an ancient Sark legend, and I do not want that wicked sprite putting a spell on me. Oh, no.
How can we have ancient legends when we've only been here 30 years?
Exactly. Everyone knows that it's a load of old cobblers put about by the pirates to keep to keep everyone away from Decar Bay so that they can carry on smuggling.
There you go, exactly, Bottom. We'll be perfectly fine in Decar Woods. Now, I think we should do some of our warm-up exercises, everyone. Come along.
Do we have to do all this lovey kissy stuff all the time?
Come along, Mistress Snug, let's have some enthusiasm. Oh, and you can all join in too. On your feet, everyone. Unless you've got any ailments, obviously. Otherwise, everybody on their feet.
I've got ailments.
No, we will set the example now. Feet apart, everybody. Stand up, ready here. Oh, no. Sorry, I will go at your speed. Stand up tall and straight now. Deep breath in, everyone. And out. Now we're going to warm up our voices. Low, 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 low. Doing so well. Now we're going to shake our hands, everyone. Shake our arms. Shake our shoulders. Shake our legs. Oh, you're all doing so well. Now, relax. We'll finish off with an arms in and Team Sark. Ready? Team Sark! Oh, well done, everyone. Well done, Mrs.
There you are. Nice bit of Malbec for you, sir.
Very pleasant. How are the preparations coming along for the royal visit?
So far so good, sir. The peasants have been busy licking the lanes clean from the apothecary to here. Florence Flute is making some fine bunting from her pantaloons. And your pearl necklace from the Queen has arrived, your gift to the Queen. I've put it in your secret hiding place.
Marvellous, marvellous. And how about the catering?
Ah, well, there's a lot of noise and bad language coming from the kitchen, so I assume that Mrs. de Carteret is hard at work.
Marvellous, marvellous. Everything must be just perfect, you know. There's a lot riding on this, Violet. This is about so much more than just a simple royal visit.
There's nothing simple about a royal visit, sir.
This is my chance to become King of England.
King of England? How'd you work that out, sir?
Well, I mean, it's meant to be, Violet. The Queen and I have so much in common, you know. She is the first Queen Elizabeth ruler of all England. And, well, I'm the first Seigneur of Sark, ruler of all Sark.
Yeah, and?
Well, it's obvious. She's famously single, and therefore must be in want of a man. A fine, handsome, strapping figure of a man. A man used to the responsibilities of leadership. We'll meet. She'll fall in love at first sight. We'll tie the knot. And I shall be king.
Do you know, sir, I've never really understood the whole Queen thing.
What do you mean, the whole Queen thing?
Well, sir, here we are in 1595, and the women of our society are the property of men. First they belong to their fathers, and then, when they marry, they belong to their husbands.
Well, I mean, unless they don't get married, Violet. In which case, they're obviously witches.
Well, yeah, well, obviously, yeah. Women can't own a property in their own right, they don't get a chance of an education, and they can't hold any sort of authority in business or court.
No, absolutely not.
And certainly not the church.
Heavens above, no. And your point is?
Well, my point is that despite all the ways us men have devised ways for the fairer sex to have nothing of a say in anything except cooking, cleaning and bearing our children, we have a woman ruling the country.
Well, I mean, exactly, Violet. I couldn't have made my point better myself. She clearly needs a man about the place. It's no job for a woman, you know, being a ruler.
Can you imagine?
Ah, thank you very much. Clearly, I can't imagine that. I put a little bit of a psychological block there. Let's see if the audience can imagine it all. Can you imagine such a thing happening here? A sort of woman ruler, a dame of Sark. Patently absurd.
You do realise?
Well, yes. Spit it out, man.
It's all part of it. That she's ginger.
Of course I realise she's ginger. I mean, what kind of a buffoon do you take me for? I've always been rather partial to redheads, actually, you know. And, well, you know what they say about them.
That they get sunburnt easily.
No. Well, I mean, actually they do, but that wasn't actually what I meant. I was rather thinking more about, well, you know.
Oh my.
Yes, you know, yeah.
Seriously? I didn't think that was physically possible.
It absolutely is, Violet. You've just got to get the angle just right. Here, you don't think she's actually really a virgin, do you?
Oh, sir, I couldn't possibly say.
Yeah. Well, I can see it now, you know. Me on the throne, Liz by my side, down on the river. She's got a super place on the river, you know. I think that would be just the ticket for me, really. Being king, living by the river. You see, I've never really enjoyed the sea. It's all rather salty and wavy. I mean, I'll still be Seigneur of Sark, don't you worry. I'll pop in every once and again and check that things are ticking along properly.
That's a relief, sir.
Yes. I think perhaps I might come over in May, when the bluebells are out.
May's a nice time.
There is just one matter.
There is just one matter, sir.
You might be referring to my wife,
Yes.
Margaret. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I've been thinking about Margaret.
You could get the marriage annulled. After all, she is your cousin. Not exactly healthy, is it?
Nonsense, man! What a ridiculous thing to say. That's how the upper classes have always done it. It keeps the bloodline nice and pure. My family have always married their cousins. It's made us the people that we are today.
I rest my case.
And besides which, I think it might be a little late for an annulment, you know. I mean, we have been married 35 years and we've got 9 children. And besides which, all of that paperwork, it would take far too long.
Yeah. Paperwork's not exactly your strong point, is it, sir?
But I do have a plan, though, Vibers.
Okay.
In fact, I'm expecting a couple of gentlemen along shortly to discuss some arrangements for Margaret.
Okay.
Aha! I think that must be them now. Go and show them in, won't you, Vibers?
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. I'll just open the door. Hang on. I'm just caught up on everything. Right, here we go.
Good evening, my man. We're here to see Elliot Carter, Senior Sark.
Ah, yes. Come through. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. You're not pirates, are you?
What, us? Pirates? Of course we're not pirates. We're going to be here all night if you carry on like that. Just for this scene, just, you know, a little bit. All right? Of course we're not pirates, you. We are archaeologists. That's what we are. Yes, we come to dig up stuff, old stuff. Yeah, old stuff. What kind of old stuff? Shush, Jim, lad. I thought we'd agreed I'd do the talking. Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. Aye. I'll be right behind you. You lead the way.
All right, come through. His lordship's over here. My lord? It's the... it's the archaeologists.
Archaeologists?
No, it's the... archaeologists.
Oh yes, the archaeologists. Yes. Am I to understand that you two chaps are in the business of disposing? Good Lord, Vibert, you still here?
Sorry, sir.
Go crack on, won't you, man?
Sorry, sir. Cracking on.
Good Lord, it's about my wife, Margaret. I need her to take a holiday.
Oh, that sounds rather good.
A very long holiday. In fact, a sort of permanent holiday, if you get my drift.
That does really sound good.
We know exactly where you're coming from, your seniorship, sir. We're taking his wife on holiday. Yes, holiday swimming with the fishes. We're good at that. Actually, holidays is our speciality. Permanent holidays.
Well, that's just splendid. I say, you're not pirates by any chance, are
you? Very droll, your seniorship, sir. Any droll. He thinks we're pirates. But we are pirates. No. About this here holiday for you, missus.
Yes, indeed. Well, she'll be attending her knit and natter group in the village this evening. I happen to know that they drink something a little stronger than tea, that bunch of old gossips. So I thought that you two chaps could bump into her as she was leaving, if you understand my meaning.
Artistic, isn't it? Now then, what would the payment for this holiday we're going to organise for you be?
Well, let me think about that for a moment. I rather think that 2 silver pieces of 8.
Pieces of 8! 2 silver pieces of 8? Is that all I'm worth?
Is it sadder than that? I don't know. that's that's not a sort of parrot on your shoulder, is it?
Oh dear, no, sir. No, that's not a parrot. That's a lesser spotted Russell finch. That's what that is. Nothing like a parrot. Nothing like a parrot at all.
Oh, well, I see. It's a lesser spotted Russell finch. Well, you learn something new every day.
He's a pretty parrot. He's a pretty parrot.
Shut up.
What?
Oh, not you, sir. I was talking to the Russell finch. Now then, if you'd like to be giving us the payment, we'll be on our way.
Yeah.
Make our plans.
Actually, I rather think payment by results, don't you? Just in case of any unforeseen circumstances.
Unforeseen circumstances? What's he on about now?
Well, you know, just in case Mrs. de Carteret doesn't, for some reason, end up going on holiday.
Don't worry about that, sir. We're very good at our jobs. Very professional. We'll make her walk the plank.
Walk the plank? Isn't that what those who shall not be mentioned do?
Oh, no. I think you must have misheard him, sir. I think he said we'll have to shoot her at point blank. Yeah, that's it. Bang, bang, no messing.
Oh my goodness!
Well, splendid. I think you'd best be getting on and doing the business, don't you? And make sure you don't come back until the job is done.
Very good, sir. We'll be on our way. You can rely on us.
Now that unpleasant business has been dealt with, there remains one serious question for my consideration. Which codpiece shall I wear for the royal visit? Should it be the large one or the "Watch out, girls, here comes Helly" number?
So he thinks he's going to get rid of me, does he? Well, forewarned is forearmed. Hooray.